Hello everybody and welcome to another Battleground Games Live. Welcome to the Loft at Battleground Games and Hobbies in Abington, Massachusetts. And for those of you joining us for the first time, a couple of quick words about Battleground. Battleground is your friendly local game store in the greater Boston, Massachusetts area. There's links down there.
Yep.
And we have 3 locations. One up in the Saugus area on Route 1 by Fuddruckers, one down in Norton near the Xfinity Center, and this lovely place here in Abington that has a loft from which we can stream, which is what we do every Friday night. Myself and my wife and our friends get together and we play various board games. For anybody who hasn't watched us before, we are not so much a learn to play or anything like that. We are often learning to play the games ourselves live in front of your very eyes.
Learn with us.
Yes, so
we make mistakes.
We will make
so
mistakes.
You don't have to.
And we will have fun doing it.
Yeah, we will mess things up. We will only realize it at the end of the game and go, wait a second, guys. I think we've been doing this wrong the whole time.
Yeah, that has happened on numerous occasions. But I still think it's fun to hang out with folks and play games, and it gives us an excuse to play board games because we love board games.
Yes, we do.
And quick introductions. Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm an employee of Battleground Games and Hobbies. Actually, I'm the assistant manager of the Abington location. And this is...
Hi, I'm Amanda. And I don't actually work for Battleground, despite the fact that I used to spend an immense amount of time behind the counter. But that was because they only had one person working on Friday nights during F&M, and F&M was very busy, so
yeah, we
I started
have 2
helping
people.
out.
You can hear the noise downstairs.
There is F&M Friday Night Magic going on
There's
downstairs.
also a couple of folks playing
40K.
test battles of 40K,
40K
because we have
stuff.
a big doubles tournament tomorrow.
So it's a little busy downstairs, which is cool. That's really awesome.
But they need more than one person behind the register.
Yeah, they definitely do. I'm glad that that's the case now, because definitely when I started pitching in, they hadn't really needed a second person for a little while, and then they did. So,
yeah.
So I got to learn how to use the Wizards Event Reporter. But yeah, but now I can be up here, and Andy can be up here, and I was not here last week because I was away for a conference for my work.
She was in chat.
I was in the chat. It was kind of cool. I got to pop in at the very beginning and say hi to you guys. And then me and my boss and one of the people we met at the conference went and had sushi burritos and mochi, and it was delicious. I was in Denver. It was great. It was a good time. And then I got to, by the time we got back to the hotel, you guys were just finishing up. And I got to catch the end of the stream, which was very cool. And we had a couple of our friends in the chat watching, and yeah, it was nice to be able to see you guys and be like, oh, I'm so far away, and yet there you are.
Apparently my subscription to the channel has run out, so
oh, no.
I am going to log in.
Did you know that if you have Amazon Prime,
as an Amazon Prime
you also
subscriber,
can have Twitch Prime, and Twitch Prime gives you one free subscription that you can use on any channel you want once a month.
I don't want to open it in the app.
Between different things, and that would be really cool. I think I hear on the stairs a third member of our little crew, which is awesome. Here's John.
Hey everyone, how you doing?
Grab a microphone. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So, the flight back was better than the flight there. The flight there was, I got elbowed several times. A couple of times by the guy in the window seat who was doing his work and had plenty of space and yet insisted on being also in my space. And a couple of times by the very tiny woman on my right who was in the aisle seat who fell asleep and then...
Speaking of subscribing,
hey, Pi,
thank you, Pi.
As she fell asleep, started to go like this.
Oh, like
right into me, and I would shove her back the other way, and she would do it all over again a few minutes later. So that was my flight to Denver, which is a 4-hour flight, by the way. But the flight back was really cool. The flight back, I actually managed to get a window seat, which was really neat. I was flying the cheapest fare. And when I got to my seat, because I was one of the last people to board, it turned out that the guy in the aisle was a perfectly nice business guy who spent most of the time working on some file for work. But in the middle seat was this kid, Eduardo. And Eduardo was 10 years old, and he and his mother and baby brother were traveling to meet up with the rest of their family who had moved to Boston. And they were on their way to join them. And this kid was awesome. And he had a great time. The guy in the aisle seat loaned him his phone so he could watch a movie for the entire flight, which was really neat. He mostly spoke Spanish.
Yay.
Had a little bit of English.
I've subscribed for 8 months.
The guy in the aisle seat also spoke Spanish and was able to talk to him and chat with him, and I used the translation.
So Pi is 1 month away from her
phone.
Battleground sub baby.
It was great. He was so excited to be flying, and he was so excited to get to see like his dad and his sisters, and
it was pretty cool.
It was really cool, and I got to see the whole family reunite in the airport when I got home, and they were just. It was so sweet. It was just a really nice, warm moment, and they were really, really, really nice people. This kid was so nice. I gave him some gum for the takeoff and some gum for the landing, and I bought myself the like cheese and crackers snack pack and split the cheese and crackers with him. And he showed me the gifts that he had bought for his sisters that he would have to give them when he got to Boston. It was a very nice flight, and I had a lot more space, and I didn't get elbowed even
Hello,
once.
Lobster of Revenge, and thank you for the bit.
Yeah, and the trip itself was great. Hello. Yeah, it was a great trip. I'm glad I went. I had an awesome time. Ended up talking about PAX East and PAX Unplugged with a guy in the vendor hall who was selling children's furniture. He saw I had a sweatshirt for PAX on because it was cold I had worn it as like an extra layer, and it was cold in the convention hall. So I was wearing it, and we were chatting with him about adjustable height seating for our children's space at work, which is one of the reasons we went, was to like meet vendors and other people doing things with children's programming and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, PAX. I've always wanted to go to one of those." I was like, "Well, let me tell you about PAX. Let me give you the whole lowdown." So yeah, it was great, and I now want to move to Norway. So
yeah, I want to move to Norway too.
I met some amazing people from Norway at the conference.
Norwegian librarians.
Yeah,
well, actually, they were museum
They
folks.
were Norwegian children. They were Norwegian museum people, like museum staff, who are opening the first children's museum specifically in the entire country of Norway. Norway has a lot of museums and like cultural history centers.
Hello, Novocaine for the Souls. It must
a
be
lot
quite
of
late
like
there.
model villages where you can like learn about what it was like living in a small village, a lot of like learn about the history of fishing and stuff like that are open to everyone, but they aren't specifically just aimed at kids. And these folks in Midstrom, it's not Tromsø, it's somewhere else. It's up in like above the Arctic Circle, Norway. And they worked with their local library, like Saltaire. I'd have to look that up. They worked with their local library to basically do a joint museum and library space, and that meant that the library needed a new building, and this meant that they would get a much bigger building as opposed to just a slightly bigger building.
I'm in the children's library. I'm in the children's museum.
Yeah.
I'm in the combination children's museum, children's library.
Exactly. But the library's been there for a year and a half now because the library already existed. The Children's Museum did not exist, and museums take a lot of planning to get up off the ground because you have to fabricate all of your like exhibit installations, and so they were doing it from scratch. And now the library is like, we don't think this is going to work. So these museum folks came all the way to not just the U.S., but to Colorado, to this Children's Museum Conference.
Yeah.
To talk with other museum folks, and they specifically wanted to meet librarians who were going to be there because they knew that librarians had been invited to this conference even though it was a museum conference. And so they ended up at our table for breakfast the first day of the conference and told us all about it. And the woman who was telling me, and I was like, this is so cool! This is the coolest thing! This sounds amazing! And she listened to me enthuse about it and was like, oh, you think so? She was so relieved. And she was like, do you want a job? Do you want to come to Norway? So, due to Balrogs, where are you? Are you in Moria? You didn't tell us you were going to Moria.
He delved too greedily and too deep.
Apparently. So yeah, now I got to go to Norway. They're going to be the museum installation is going to be finished by the end of 2020, is what they told me. The first one is getting installed hopefully soon. It's ready to go up. But when they're done, I told them, I was like, I'm going to go to Norway, and they were like, get in contact with us when you do, because we would absolutely love to see you. So yeah, now I got to move to Norway.
There you go.
Usurp their children's librarian position. The Dungeons of Angband, yeah. Oh man, I haven't played Angband or Moria in ages.
All
Gotta
the
play
roguelikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So today, we're going to play
Purple Worm.
Call to Adventure,
Yeah.
which is a game by Brotherwise Games.
Have we played anything else by them?
Yes.
We have.
Well, I don't know if we've done it
Yes,
on
we
stream.
did. We played Unearth.
Unearth. We played Unearth on stream,
We
which is
haven't-
a dice drafting game they made.
We've never played Boss Monster on stream, I don't think.
Yeah, Boss
But we
Monster
did
is their big
play
one.
Unearth.
Boss Monster is the one
Yeah,
that
happy days.
in Battleground circles they're famous for, because there was a PAX where we went with quite a lot of
We
Boss
went
Monster
super heavy with Boss
and
Monster
sold
that
out
year.
of it on Friday.
Yeah, we sold out of it day one.
But yeah, we love Boss Monster.
Thursday days.
Unearth is a interesting dice drafting game with gorgeous aesthetic, and is actually getting a expansion soon. I believe in July or August. There's an expansion coming out for Unearth. And Amanda read an article, I don't know, 2 years ago when
was
they were
way
starting
back when
development
this
on
was-
Call to Adventure.
Yeah, when this was just being started. And it was actually it wasn't an article about like game development. It was a business article about commissioning artwork for whatever venture you had. Because if you've seen the Boss Monster artwork, it's got a very, very specific look to it. The packaging, the art, everything is pixel art, and the packaging is made to look like classic video game boxes.
Yeah. The
the
expansions look like
The expansions look like little Game Boy game boxes. They're very, like, just the branding, the flavor of it is so perfect for what it is. It's just very well done. And they talked about how their first game was pixel art. And when it comes to affordability, pixel art is a little easier for a small game studio, like independent board game studio, to afford than, say, full-size oil paintings or the digital equivalent of such. They're not Wizards of the Coast. They weren't. You know, they still aren't, but they definitely weren't when they were developing the first game. Their second game, Unearth, has a very isometric, clean lines, geometric sort of idea behind it, and it's a tile sort of placement game.
yeah.
And the artwork is, again, really, 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 really pretty. And is she the one who did all the icons for, like, the Mac?
Susan
Carey?
Carey.
Yes. Got that. You know, all those, like iconic icons of, like, the file
Yeah.
and the sad computer? Yeah, that she did those.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like, so clean and graphic. Sort of, it's more like early side-scroller video games.
Which is what it's meant to look like.
Which is what that's what
we'll
it's
play
meant to
Boss
look like.
Monster on stream someday, because that is a lot of fun.
And the business article was about commissioning artwork and how they had been able to sort of build up their ability to commission artwork through the success, like Mega Man, through the success of earlier games. And that each game allowed them to commission different types of artwork that fit the game that they were trying to make. And then they went into like detail about the artwork that they had commissioned for this and how the art sort of built on itself. And I was like, I don't know anything about this game, and it sounds amazing. Because of how they were talking about what art they had commissioned for Call to Adventure.
And it finally came out right before PAX East this year.
Yep.
And we have a copy, obviously. And it is amazing. It is gorgeous. And we'll show off some of the art as we play, because I think that's important. It's also fun because we had decided, sort of spur of the moment, I guess, last week, that we were going to try and do some narrative games on stream.
Yeah.
And this is very much a game about creating a narrative, about a story. And once you're done playing, it actually recommends in the instructions that you tell the story of your character that you've built throughout the game. So it's a fairly simple game to play.
Okay.
I've only played it myself in solo mode and got
Which is really hard.
myself destroyed. There is a enemy deck that you play against if you're playing in solo mode. This is my copy.
This is our copy.
And I don't know, do you guys care about scoring? Let me quickly explain points, because there are going to be points at the end of the game if we care about such things.
I just want to tell a good story, honestly.
Okay.
It don't matter.
Yeah, like there are points.
There are points, and we'll score things at the end. And obviously, it's a game intended to be played competitively or cooperatively against the game. You can play multiple players against the boss deck.
We'll play until we're done. That's
Okay.
how all the good narrative games go. Nobody plays Arabian Nights in hopes to win.
Okay.
We'll see who either has the funniest adventure or the best adventure that turns out horribly when they make it.
All right.
How I enjoy narrative games.
So let me quickly explain some of the mechanics of this game. If we go to overhead cam here.
I love the trays.
Oh yeah, the tray is great.
So one of the cool things about this game is not just the artwork, but that you are throwing runes.
Yes.
Yeah. Wing it. I mean, we would love to have you for a board game night stream, and I would love to play another storytelling game. We also have Before There Were Stars.
Oh yes, this I was going to show
This
it
is
off
another
at the end
game,
of the session,
But we can mention
we have a
it.
game that we'll talk about at the end of the game,
I don't
end
know
of
if
the
you had a
session.
box of the artwork, but you had...
That was my present. That was a Christmas present that Andy
Yes.
gave me, and it's a game about making constellations and using the constellations that you make to tell the story of the culture that you're building, which I think is just so good.
All right, so let me quickly explain some of the concepts of the game. You'll note that we have two decks here. These are the sort of the positive morality deck and the negative morality deck. As you play,
Wheel of
you
morality,
have the chance
turn,
to become.
turn.
You have the chance to turn to the dark side, which is indicated by this track on the left-hand side of your score sheet. As you go up in morality, you get more points at the end, but you can only use the light blue cards. In the middle here, you could use either type of card. If you become negative,
Only black.
you can only use black cards.
How do you go
And
back?
then you get negative points if you go all the way to the bottom of the negative track.
I mean, forever it shall dominate our destiny.
The dark
Says,
side?
Well,
Yes.
says Novocaine.
Yep.
Wanted to make sure we knew that. Yeah, you're right.
So there is a dark side and a light side.
Like Gaffer's tape.
You also start the game with 3 experience points, which are these little red doobies here.
Pretty good.
At any time during the game, you can spend an experience point in order to use a dark tile, a dark rune, and that's how you go down in morality, is by casting a dark rune and having it come up with the moon side up. Then you become more evil. But it also gets you 2 points towards achieving a
The
goal.
runes are super satisfying to touch.
Yeah.
Look like
They're so tactile.
rummy. Gin rummy.
They're so good.
They got the nice finish.
So you'll
The
notice.
only problem is they make me think of chiclets, and I kind of want to chew on them.
Don't eat them.
That's
Don't
a
eat
bad
the
idea.
runes.
Wing It is a game where you're given a scenario, such as Dracula just stole your car keys, and then you're given 5 random resources, such as the entire Mormon Tabernacle Choir, a chihuahua in a sweater, an industrial fishing net, 500 ripe avocados, and a kite with a flashing orange light attached to it. And you need to use 3 out of the 5 resources to explain what you do about the scenario. You know
Nice.
what?
That sounds fantastic.
I have played this game, but not under that name. I had to... I was in junior speech team when I was in middle school, and I only ever did 1 tournament. But the tournament that I was in had an event that was improvisational storytelling.
Oh, that's fun.
And you got a scenario and 3 items. And they weren't quite this wild. You got a scenario and 3 items, and you had to you were given like 10 minutes to write up a story using all of that. And then you had to go in front of the judges, like the judges panel, and perform your story. You couldn't just like write it up and hand it over. You had to make it a story and do storytelling, performative storytelling. And I won.
It kind of reminds me of.
No. You couldn't stand and listen to the other person's stuff. You had to be outside the room, so you had no idea how the other people were doing. And there were not many people who had signed up for this because it was a new event. Like, they hadn't really done it before. And my English teacher, who also was one of the speech team coaches, was like, I think you'd be really good at this. So storytelling kind of baked into my personality. But that sounds, I want to play that again. That was so fun. Sorry, Andy.
No, it sounds like the game Machine of Death, which is a game that we've carried before.
That's all handwritten though, right? You write down.
Don't we have Machine of Death at home?
I think we have a copy of it
you
at
get
home.
that?
A
Yeah.
lot of cards for that, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of cards for that. But it's a similar sort of concept where you have to figure out how.
To assassinate your target.
Yeah. Okay. So to return to the narrative game that we're playing today.
Yes, sorry.
I am definitely on board with that. That sounds awesome. I want to play Wing It. But Call to Adventure.
No, we can't talk in my language.
So we have the 3 experience points. We have our morality track. And then we have 3 stages of cards that we'll be able to add to our character. And those are going to go in these 3 slots here. At the beginning of the game, we each get a level 1, level 2, and level 3 card. For the first game, it recommends that you just deal them randomly. In future games, you can choose 2, or you get dealt 2, and you choose 1 to keep. But for our first game, we won't do that because we don't really know.
We have no idea what
Right.
any of it actually means.
What anything
so
is.
Choice is sort of an illusion at that point.
So I'll give you each one of these. This is your character's origins. And it's going to go in the left-hand slot here.
We don't look at it yet.
No, you can reveal this.
It's got the biggest.
Yeah, that's.
It's got the biggest tree.
Sap.
Oh, you're right. This is level 3.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you need these back or we? Good?
Nope.
Okay.
So keep those.
It's like,
but
why?
they're going to
They're
be.
so big.
That is their fate. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
So here's your character's origins. All right.
Okay.
So my character is a noble. Whenever I gain an ally
Ooh.
or a crown card, I gain 2 experience points. I've actually taken all the allies out of these decks,
Okay.
so that's not going to help me a great deal. But yeah, I am a noble. Amanda, who are you?
I'm an acolyte. Once per turn, when I fail a green sort of pointy with a dot,
Yep.
or
That's a wisdom, I
purple
believe.
crown
Yep. That's,
challenge,
charisma.
okay, I may pay 2 gems
Two
to try
experience.
again.
So if you fail a challenge, you can retry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm an acolyte, so I'm learning.
Yeah. John, who are you?
I'm an
Andy.
apprentice.
Windows has an update.
I
for
know,
you.
I see that.
So, once per turn, when you attempt to Ninja Star or Arrow Pointing challenge, you may play a gem to gain a light card. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you're gonna fail. I'm
What's
getting
wrong?
chat here that we're not seeing up there,
Oh, that's fun.
and I'm not seeing video. It's just sort of spinning.
No, my chat seems to be updated. You may be behind in your chat.
No, that chat wasn't updated,
Okay.
and my video was down. It's just
That.
sort of. There it is. It's back.
Okay.
It
So
was
that
just
is our
being
origin.
crazy.
What is the second tier called? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, and look, you've got those two symbols up there too.
Next is our motivation.
Okay.
So this is the motivation for your character.
Come on, greed. Come on, greed.
Here, Amanda.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, hello. Yeah.
What's
John's mic isn't picking him up very well.
Mic not working?
Is John's mic any
Double
better?
checking. It's on all the way.
Amanda, turn your mic down and I'll turn
hello.
both of you up.
It says I'm quiet.
I'm
Yeah.
down a little bit.
Hello,
Okay.
hello.
Should be good.
Hello.
My motivation, is a vow of vengeance.
Oh.
When I fail a challenge or sacrifice an ally, I gain experience. So I gain experience anytime I fail a challenge.
Okay.
That's great. Amanda, what's your motivation?
I am pure of heart,
Oh,
which feels really good for an acolyte.
Okay.
At the end of the game, I lose one white gem for each black gem in my story.
Keep going. All right. Is this any better?
I mean, I can see that their
Hello.
sound is coming.
Yeah, I'm definitely coming through fairly loudly.
Hi, everyone. Am I coming through okay now?
Remember, there's a
Whoa.
lag on it.
Let's see. Also,
Just
now
got
there's
some
a
buzzing.
Oh, now there's a buzz. That's fantastic. This is wonderful. Yeah, there's definitely a buzz going on. John, I'm gonna say switch mics.
Yeah, it
We're
may be that
changing
John's
channels.
mic has a problem.
Yeah. Anyhow, so now we've got our motivations. The third is our destiny, and that. Oh, I'm sorry, John hasn't explained his motivation yet because he's still not mic'd up.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone. How you doing?
That's pretty good.
Okay, fine.
Cool.
So, John, what is your motivation?
Oh, I love this. I am the sole survivor.
Ooh.
If you have no allies, once per game you can spend a experience token to gain a black token.
Oh, a black card.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm an apprentice who is the sole survivor of...
Well, no, this is your destiny.
Okay.
This you keep secret. So look at your destiny, but don't reveal it until the end of the game.
Oh God!
Okay. Okay.
No, this is horrible.
Oh no.
I will just say my destiny and my motivation are in direct conflict.
Diametrically opposed. Do you want a different destiny?
Yeah, I think
Here,
I will.
have a different destiny.
My destiny was cunning villain.
Ah!
So I would get negative points for the points that I would gain as my destiny. That seems like a bad plan. As interesting as a story that is, but
Alright.
All right. So we've all got our character's basic arc.
Yes.
Now
God, this is bad
we go
with
on
it
adventures.
too.
Oh jeez.
This
Here.
is horrible.
Here. Just give me that.
Yeah,
Better?
that works.
Okay. So now we're going to go on some adventures.
Okay.
And the way we do it is in 3 acts.
Okay.
in each act, we can get up to 3 cards. I think it's 3 cards, or is it 4 cards, and add them to our character. Thrill as I look at instructions. 3 cards. 3 cards per act, or scene, or whatever we want to call them.
Okay.
The way that we acquire cards is by having the necessary prerequisites, or by casting runes to defeat them. So let's talk about the runes. These are the basic runes. There are 3 of these, and they have different symbols on them. If you ever throw a symbol with triangles on it, regardless of what rune it's on, if it's a filled triangle, a black triangle, then you get to draw a black card. If it's a white triangle, you draw a white card. Very simple. When you're attempting to solve quests, you have a difficulty for the quest, and you have to throw that number of successes. So each slash is a single success. As I said on the black runes, they have slashes and they have moons. A moon is 2 successes, but you become more evil.
You want from us.
All the other
Evil.
rune types have a couple of different options.
Okay.
So this is, I think we said wisdom
I don't know.
or
what the
dexterity.
symbols are.
You have the book.
I have the book. Okay,
Green all.
Yeah, and absolute power
wisdom.
corrupts absolutely.
So this would be 1 success. This would be 2 successes. This would be 2 successes, or add 0 and draw a hero card.
Okay, so triangle is always a.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What is blue?
So that's wisdom.
Okay.
Let's just go from over here.
All right.
And we'll go
Purple. Purple is royalty.
over. Purple is charisma.
Oh, charisma.
Red is constitution.
Okay.
Those are the basics.
Yellow.
Yellow is strength with swords.
All right.
Blue is intelligence with wands.
Okay.
And
Gray.
yeah, black is dexterity.
Okay.
With like a dash, I guess. So those are the various runes. We start by revealing 4 cards in the first level lineup. I have to scooch this down a bit.
Defend the city.
So some cards you'll notice have text or have options at the top and bottom.
Okay.
Those are quests that you can go on. Some cards are just abilities that add to your stats. So for the quests, they have a difficulty rating, and you have to beat that difficulty rating in order to solve the quest. You also have to choose one or the other side to defeat.
Okay. And that'll decide your morality?
That'll decide what rewards you get for defeating the quest.
Okay.
Okay.
So you'll see some of them have these
Yeah.
stats on them. When you defeat that quest, you gain that stat.
Okay.
So when you choose, which side you're going for, you have to sort of look at what stats you're going to get as a result of beating the quest.
So do some of our characters have starting stats?
Yes.
Okay.
So in your origin,
You
it has
have
your starting
some
stats.
skills.
All right, cool.
So I have 1 strength and 1 charisma. Yes, as a noble.
wisdom and charisma.
I have dexterity and intelligence.
Okay. Shall I go first?
I guess so.
Sure.
Just show us how it goes.
Okay. So our options are
Enlist in the King's Army.
enlist in the King's Army, or defend your homestead, or plan the city's defenses or build a fortification, become studious, or uncover hidden lore, or learn dark secrets.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that pretty much covers it.
So do we have to get through the entire deck before we move on to Act 2?
No, so once you've got 3 cards on your thing, we move on to the next act.
Okay.
So I
have a quick question.
Yes.
Are these story icons?
Yes, those are story icons.
Cool.
Cool, because I have a reference to
If we
that.
care about score, you want sets of story items.
Yeah, okay.
So the more of the same story item you have on your card, the more points you're going to get at the end of the game.
Alright.
All right, so I have strength and charisma. So there's a couple of things on here that give me more strength if I want to boost my strength. And on the left-hand side of the card, it shows what you need in order to defeat it. Or what attribute you need. So I could spend 1 experience to become a studious noble and gain access to some intelligence. If I already have intelligence, I don't have to spend an experience to get that. But I think I'm going to try and take a quest.
Ooh.
I'm going to try and build fortifications.
Do it.
It is a difficulty 4 thing. I get the 3 starting runes.
Okay.
And I also get, because I have strength, I get 1 strength rune.
Okay.
So I'll take a strength rune. And let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. One thing I forgot. We each get 1 white card at the start of the game.
Okay.
So read your card. This is secret information, and you can use it at any time. Okay, that doesn't help me terribly. So, yeah, I'm just going to try this strength check.
So this is, you drop all the tiles, right?
Right, so you roll them and cast the runes. Okay, well, I got 2 success on my difficulty 4 challenge, which means I failed it. But I also threw this, which lets me draw a dark or light card. I'll draw a light card, and that quest is failed, so it goes away. And we get a new quest. But because I have a vow of vengeance, I gain an XP for failing a quest. So I have 1 more experience points now.
Okay.
Amanda.
Hi.
It is your turn to attempt something.
Cool.
What did I get?
Should I put these back or should we keep these
Yeah,
3
no,
out?
let's put these back.
Okay. So you got now the option to be an orphan if you wish.
I don't really want to be an orphan. I think I want to try and be studious.
Okay.
Oh yes, I drew orphan. Spend 2 experience
Oh no, you get those.
Yeah.
to gain that. Yeah.
When you gain this, gain a moon.
So I can only gain this if I'm smart or spend 1 red.
Yes.
I mean,
Or
I'm
you
not
could go on a
smart yet.
quest.
Yeah, I'm not studious. Or I could go on a quest. I really want to enlist in the King's Army, though. I could defend my homestead, though. I think I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to try defending my homestead.
Are you? You don't have any stats on it. Okay.
No.
It is a difficulty 4.
Yeah, I basically don't...
You get these, correct?
Well, you're not going to be able
Yeah,
to
no,
roll
then
a
I can't
4
really
on
do
3.
that.
Okay.
So, there's really not... Like, the quests that are out here aren't
Yeah.
really ones that I can do.
Okay.
Because none of them are symbols that I already have, and they're both difficulty 4s. So it's
You
either
can spend
orphan
an
or
experience to
studious.
refresh the line. Get rid of everything and get a fresh lineup.
No,
that
because
take up
I'm
the
going to
entire
be. If I'm going to spend experience, why can't I spend experience and get studious like I
Sure.
wanted?
Yeah. So become studious.
So where do I put this?
it goes under your card, slotted in above it, so that you can see the stats you get from being studious.
There you go.
Yeah.
Alright, what is the next card?
Yes, reveal the next card.
So our next card is Survive the Flames or Heal the Wounded.
It's a difficulty 3. It's a little easier.
It's a difficulty 3, Wisdom, or whatever that red one is.
Well, I do not have wisdom, or the red one. So I'm going to attempt to uncover hidden lore.
Uncover hidden lore
Learn.
Secrets.
requires, So learn dark secrets is an intelligence check.
Okay.
Uncover hidden lore is a dexterity check.
Okay, so I will attempt. Do I get both symbols or just one? Do I attempt that?
You can take both, yeah.
Alright, so I take that, I get one this and one this. Is that right?
You get one or you get all 3? Because they're random. Attempting a challenge. Gather your runes. One ability rune for each ability icon you have in your story. So yes, you get 1 rune for each ability icon.
So I have 3 runes. 5 runes.
5 runes, yes.
So do I have to decide which one I'm doing first, or do I?
Yes, you have to choose a path.
Okay.
And remember, if you feel like doing it, you can spend an experience to get a black rune.
Okay. I'll go for the Dark Secrets one. I feel like I get more from that one.
Dark
Dark
Secrets. Yeah.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, no, this is 2, this is 1, and this is none but draw a card.
But you got
you got
3,
3.
and that passes because
no,
that's
no,
a.
that-
You went for that one.
Yeah.
I thought this was 2, 1.
Never
Alright.
mind.
So do you want a dark card or a light card?
Once per turn, when you attempt a, you may, or if you may spend a dark card. I'll get a dark card.
Okay.
I'll see what this is like.
And
Do I
that
move down on this? No.
Forbidden lore is gone. No, you don't move down.
Okay.
Amanda, can we have the next card?
Next card is Foundling.
You gain a
When
sun.
you gain this, you gain a sun.
What is a sun?
That is, you go up on the morality
Oh,
chart.
okay.
So
I wish the morality track was a wheel.
it can turn.
Yep. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Okay, so
All right, so it's my turn. I'm going to try and go on another quest, I think.
here's my question.
Yes.
Do we have to clear the board of this together before we move on to 2, or since you already have one, Amanda, do you get to go to 2 as soon as you get your 3?
No, as soon as she gets 3 under 1 card,
Okay.
Yeah.
then we move on to the next chapter,
Oh, okay.
and we reveal the next lineup. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Call to Arms,
Okay.
and I'm going to attempt to enlist in the army.
Do
As
it.
a noble, I am enlisting in the army. Again, I get these. I get 1 sword.
One would think that as a noble, you wouldn't have to enlist.
Meh.
Yeah. You're welcome. Also, hi.
And I'm going
Yeah,
to
chart of
play
morality turns.
Comrade
It's not the
in
same.
Arms.
Ooh.
Give another hero an experience point. Amanda, you're missing an experience point. Here.
Thanks.
I gain in morality, and I get +2 on my next attempt this turn. So I already have 2. I just need 2 more in order to succeed in enlisting in the army. I got 1. Darn it.
Well, this counts as 2, right?
Oh, that symbol is...
Tell us the schedule. We must consult. Yeah. It's not really the same.
Well, I get to draw a card. I'll take another of these.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Okay.
I get 1 + 2 is 3, and we have to figure out what this is.
It's right there. What does it say? Add 2 to Constitution.
Is that the Constitution check? No.
Do you want me to check the?
This is on the sword one.
Oh, that's a sword.
Add 2 to a strength check, or add 0 and gain an experience token.
So yeah.
So
you
yes,
can
I'll
clear it.
add to 2.
Yeah.
because That's definitely the better. So I could get an experience token, or I could solve the quest.
Yeah.
So I'll solve the quest. I have joined the army, and now I have 2 strength.
Okay.
Broke of the Hex Field.
Card.
And it's Amanda's turn.
Next card is it's a missing person.
Oh god.
Find a lost child or climb to safety.
Which does that mean you have to leave the child, or do you still have the?
Well, so this brings in the idea of the artwork. So
Yeah.
one of the things that they said in this article about commissioning art was that
Shall we show
they
off the card
had
on-
decided
On Zoom cam?
to commission artwork that could be interpreted in multiple ways. So for example, this card right here has someone who has definitely fallen down into a cave
Yeah.
and is reaching up to the light. So, missing person. Are you the missing person and you are climbing to safety? Or are you up above that cave and this is a missing child that you are finding? And all of the artwork has that was built into the artwork that they commissioned, was that there were multiple ways to sort of interpret what was going on there so that you could tell the story you wanted to tell with it. Which I thought was really neat. I thought that was super cool. What a neat idea. So now I have to decide whether I want to find a lost child or heal the wounded.
Heal the Wounded is part of Raging Inferno.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I have wisdom there. So that's
the,
good.
The +1 here
Yep.
means that that's actually a 4 instead of a 3.
Oh, because that's more difficult.
Yes.
But I also have a 4th rune to
Yeah.
throw for that. Now, missing person, finding a lost child, is also a 4 and a wisdom check. For this, I would get this sort of mountainy story icon, which
Yep.
is, I think, probably like adventuresome.
I don't know if it actually tells us what they are. It shows
Because
all the
there's
pictures in the
scrolls
manual.
and
Yeah.
there's mountains and there's different stuff going on with these quests.
Yeah, it just says story icons. Oh, no, they are. Divinity, Justice, Nature. That's Nature.
Oh, nature.
Arcana, Royalty, and Villainy.
Oh, okay.
Villainy. It's kind of dark.
Yeah.
Are there multiple destinies, or is it? Are there duo destinies, like destinies that are the same?
I don't think so.
Okay, so no copies.
I think they're all unique.
So if I could do Survive the Flames,
Yeah.
and I would get the extra for having this because it's on this.
Yes.
Because it's on the side.
Yeah.
I'm going to try Surviving the Flames.
Okay.
Okay.
It is a difficulty 3. So you
Because
get-
again, surviving, like you can see on the card, either you've survived or you went in to heal.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's really cool. So I'm
Alright,
attempting
so in the
this.
Raging Inferno, you're trying to survive the flames, and you get
So I have my
one-
3 regular and I have 1 wisdom.
So it's a green. There you go.
Oops, hold on.
Oh.
It got caught under my
Makes sense.
cuff.
That's 3.
Oh, that's a 3, yeah.
Yep.
So here you go. So I survived the flames.
Nice.
And now you've got 2 cards under your character. Our new one is Secret Royalty.
Ooh.
You can only gain this if you discard a white card or spend experience.
Interesting.
I am going to take Orphan. So to gain this, what do I need? Give a black card?
When you gain this, no, you don't have to. You just gain it, but
Yay.
you gain. You go down on the morality track,
Okay.
and you get 2 experience.
2 experience, please.
Why are orphans evil?
Well,
I guess it's just adversity in your past.
Yeah.
What we have access to now is escape your pursuers.
Well, it's
Lost in the woods.
Oh.
Yeah, either escape your pursuers or find a place of power. Ooh,
Interesting.
I like that, and it gets you a white card when you do it.
All right, and it's a 3.
Oh yeah, it's a
But it's a-
4.
Well, it's a
if
4
you're
to find a place of power because you're getting more out of it.
All right.
I don't know to what degree I want to specialize. So I've only played this once before, and I can't remember what the other cards are going to be.
Aim for the story.
But, yeah.
This is our origin. We want to be.
So I've enlisted in the King's Army. I think I'm going to attempt to do the missing person and climb to safety.
Ooh, okay, all right.
So this is a difficulty 4 strength check.
Yep.
I have 2 strength right now, so I get 2 strength runes. I'm also going to call on Divine Favor.
Ooh.
Play this before you attempt a challenge and add an extra that or that. So I'll get one of these and 2 of these.
I got one of these,
and
one of those.
3 base runs. Important, when you use one of these cards, hang on to it because you get points for them at the end of the game.
Okay, cool. I think you did it.
I think, I think
2,
you definitely
4,
got that.
5, 6, 7, and I get a card.
All right.
So that was definitely a success. Okay.
So you climbed to safety.
So you got to
Climb
flip
to
it
safety.
over, right?
Yep. Flip it over. I get a card for winning it. And now I have 3 strength. I am quite strong.
All right. What do you got access to?
Our new card is Cruel Winter.
Oh, God.
Steal to survive or forage for food.
Oh, God.
Oh, I could have gotten experience there. Hang on. Right? These are gain an experience or get to success.
Yeah.
Idea.
So I needed 4. So I'll gain 1 experience for one of those.
So you got 8 experience?
No, I've got 4 experience right now.
Okay. Nifty.
So why are you using these ones and not the regular ones for that symbol?
I think it's just random what you grab.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Can I see the booklet?
Yeah, sure.
So I am going to grab Secret Royalty
Okay.
and discard my white card.
Okay. It's discarded.
I'm secretly royal.
And now you have 3.
Yes, I do.
So that means as soon as you've discovered the 3rd, the next row gets revealed.
Yeah.
And these are available for anybody. So John, you and I could get level 2 things now if we so desire,
Okay.
but they're going to be harder.
Okay.
So we have honorable, we have a naval battle, we have captured, and we have trench warfare. Boy, things are getting real now.
Okay. So. I am going to.
No, you don't get to use those.
What?
So what's the story?
Whenever you attempt a challenge, check your character to see if you have any rune icons relevant to that challenge.
Yes.
Sure. For each icon you cast, you may cast 1 rune of that type. When you gain your 3rd icon in an ability, then and only then do you gain use of the special rune marked with 3 dots.
Ding, I messed up.
It
I'll give
says
back
it
my
in bold.
experience points. I'll give back my experience
It's
points.
bold. See?
Yes.
Well, yes, it's bold. That just seemed weird to me because it's too easy to like, oh yeah, I randomly picked up the one that feels different. That doesn't have a smooth back to it.
I am going to attempt the Cruel Winter.
Oh.
Survive to steal to survive. So 3 here.
Which one are you doing?
Oh, this one.
Okay.
one of these,
This
and
is a
I
difficulty
have
4.
Yep.
a fateful choice. If I attempt the black side of this path, I get 1 to my attempt, so I can roll again, I assume, right?
You just
Plus
add
1.
1.
You just
get
add
plus-
1
Oh.
success to
So
anything
instead
that
of
you
difficulty
get.
4, it's difficulty 3.
Okay.
Do you have any other runes you can draw, hon?
Not at the moment. I think that's it. I have just knowledge. Okay,
That's 4.
I did it. I steal to survive.
The flavor.
Yeah,
Delicious flavor.
it's real good.
All right.
Arcane ability. This is magical test. This is our new quest.
Okay.
Arcane ability is a
Repeat that.
studious story point
Okay.
and a intelligence, or sorceress talent, and you get an evil card and charisma.
Okay. Cool.
I like it.
All right, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you gonna jump to the next level?
Probably. That doesn't really help me any. Yeah. See, because I've got 3 strength now, I don't want to add anything to my strength. There's no point in 4 strength because you can't take more than 3 runes.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to go into other specializations. I think I'm going to try the naval battle.
Ooh.
Try
Okay.
and
All right.
sink the enemy ship.
Nice.
Um,
You also become very evil from that.
I
Yeah,
become
you get
evil.
3 evil points.
Well, I get 3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not actually making me evil, but
Aren't
I
yeah.
am going to spend an XP to take a black rune.
Okay.
So I've got a black rune, I've got my 3 regular runes, I've got my 3 strength. So I'm attempting a 6 to sink the enemy ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I became evil. All right, so I go down on the track. That's okay. I'm still
You're still neutral.
neutral.
Yeah.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yep.
7, 8.
Yep.
So I definitely
Yeah,
won.
you definitely
and
do
I get
it.
to draw a card. I think I'll take a light card.
Okay.
And glorious victory.
Yay!
If you overcome a challenge this turn, it's without using a dark rune. Forget
Yeah.
that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, leave
Okay.
that for later.
So yeah, I sunk the enemy ship, which earned me some intelligence.
Nice.
All right, our new quest is guard duty. You could watch over the city, which is a difficulty 4 wisdom or dexterity check that gains you a crown story moment, or catch a criminal, which is a difficulty 5, but gives you a victory point and a justice symbol and a dexterity. So, yeah.
So if you make it to your 3rd card in a row, can you not access the lower rankings anymore?
I
think
could.
it
I can.
continues
Can
to-
I still
yeah.
go?
Okay.
Everything becomes available to everybody, but you
Like
get
I
more
could go
points
learn
for
to
the
fight
higher
duty
stuff.
if I wanted to.
So
Learn to fight dirty, not duty.
What triggers the end game?
As soon as any player has taken their third level thing, everybody else gets 1 more turn, and that's the end of the game.
All right. I'm going to become honorable
Okay.
because I am secret royalty, so I get to take the card for free.
Sweet.
What? How?
You may gain this if you have
Royalty.
a royalty symbol
Uh-huh.
or spend experience.
Okay.
But I'm already royal, so
So now you're
I'm
honorable.
just honorable by dint of
nature.
being secret royalty. So that gives me a fighting icon to work with.
Yeah, you got some strength.
So, yeah.
Cool. The new card is inventive. You may only gain this if you have both intelligence and dexterity or spend 2 XP. But it gets you a dark card when you get it, and it gets you lore, and it gets you intelligence.
Well, I already have that, so I'll take the free card.
Oh, okay. You have intelligence and you have dexterity?
They were my starters.
Nice.
And I get a black card.
Now you're inventive and you get a dark card. The new card being revealed is Street Gang. You may either outwit a gang boss or take over a gang. And it is a difficulty 5. Alright, so you guys both have 1 tier 2 and I have no tier 2s because I've failed 1 round.
That's okay. You're trying. You got this.
What do I want?
Have you come up with a name yet, guys? I'm going to save mine till the end, but I'm just thinking of a name.
I'm going to take... I guess I'll... No. I guess I'll do Trench Warfare and attempt to tend to the injured.
Okay.
I have strength, so I have 3 strength, so I get 3 strength.
I think it's 3 when you can use the bonus.
Yes,
Tile,
so I've got the bonus tile. And this is a difficulty 5. So I need to roll or throw a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
All right, now I can use my glorious victory. Glorious victory. If you overcome a challenge this turn without using dark runes and your result exceeds the difficulty by at least 2, gain 3 XP.
Nice.
So I got 3
Very,
XP.
very nice.
Which one did you do?
Trench Warfare.
Yes.
No, yeah.
I was tending to the injured.
Okay.
So now I have wisdom from that. I gained some wisdom from fighting in the trenches. And it is Amanda's. Let's reveal the next
what's
card.
our next card?
Frozen Peak. Either climb the summit or find lost wisdom.
Another mountain.
Ooh. Well, no, it's not. It's actually a wisdom. No, it's on a mountain, but there's no nature symbol on the card.
Yeah,
I mean, that looks like skulls, right? I thought it was like a frozen giant.
Oh, yeah, it totally is.
Yeah.
You're so right. It's a giant.
yeah.
Super cool.
The summit is actually
This artwork
a
is so
frozen thing.
good.
All right.
All right. That's all well and good, but I'm going to outwit a gang boss.
Okay.
So I can use these symbols?
Yes.
All right, cool, because I get 2 charisma.
2 charisma.
And I have 1 smarts.
Okay. So here's your 2 charisma and 1 intelligence.
Smarts.
And 3 base. Are you going to use any black ones?
No.
It's
I'm
difficulty
not.
5.
No. We'll see.
But you're casting 6 runes.
I have 6 runes.
So.
We'll see what I get.
Yeah, it looks good to
That's
me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I get a card.
Do you want a black card or a white card?
White card, please.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, I get that. So
you outwitted a gang.
I outwitted a gang boss.
Yep.
Which gives me more smarts, and it gives me a justice symbol and 2 victory points.
Nice.
Cool. I'll put this back. And John, if you want to reveal the next card.
Corrupt official. You can pay a bribe or resist arrest. Requiring royalty or strength. Difficulty 4. Okay. I am going.
Resisting arrest is a 5.
Oh, it is a 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus 1. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna fight dirty.
Ooh, learning to fight dirty.
It's 3,
Time for a street fight.
2 decks, and 1 blue. 2 blue.
Did you? Okay, you did not take the special decks.
I did not. I took the special blue though.
We're learning. We're figuring this game out. All right. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
Was that what you needed?
It's a 4. So
Yeah, he's fighting dirty.
Yep.
So.
And you get a card. Do you want a
Dirty.
black card or a white card?
I'll take a black card, please.
Ooh.
Oh.
It goes under your tier 2.
Oh no, it's
It was a tier 1 card.
Oh. But is it your 3rd or your 4th?
It's his third.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Rebellious. You may only gain this if you gain a moon or spend an experience.
Okay.
Okay, so you could take it by going down.
By going down in your track.
Yeah. Okay. It's my go?
It is.
I think I'm going to spend an experience to clear the lineup.
Oh.
Which one?
The top lineup. Let's get all new cards.
Man,
So does that take up your entire turn though?
I wanted to go to that
No, it's a
frozen
free
peak.
action.
You can get
Vengeful. Roving bandits. Vault of secrets. And rags to riches.
If you lost a challenge this turn, you may spend a... So you could get 2, or no, you could get that instead of losing
If you
a challenge.
lose something, you then get to spend an... Well, I may not have won that fight, but...
But I gained some riches. Gotcha. None of them really help me, so I'm gonna try.
Can you only do it once per turn?
What?
The clearing the band?
No, as many experiences as you have, I assume. It's a free action.
Okay.
See. Other actions. Once per turn. Once per turn. You may spend an experience to reset the line. Okay. So I'm going to fight the roving bandits and attempt to hide from the fight.
Okay. Do you have any decks?
I have no decks yet, but I do get my 3 fight,
Yep.
and I get my 3 base. This is a difficulty 5.
Yep. And you're going to go down on
I'll
the...
spend an
Or no,
XP
you're going to get 2 experience,
to
but
get
they're
a
bad
black.
experience.
Oof. Yeah, I go down.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
This
6.
is no. This is.
Do you have the? You do have the 3 fighting.
I have the special fight.
Yeah.
But that's not 2 victory. That is add 0 and gain an experience token.
All right.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
So I successfully hid from the fight.
Okay.
And I went down in the track already.
And you don't
And I
get
get 1 experience. Okay. Yes, I am definitely getting the hang of this game.
Savage beast. You may commune with nature or soothe a savage beast.
I love some of these cards. All right, Amanda,
Hi.
your turn. So did we ever figure out how the Wheel of Morality works?
It turns, Andy.
Okay.
I think I need to go to the Vault of Secrets and learn some forgotten lore.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a difficulty 4,
Yep.
and it needs smarts, and I get 2 of those,
Okay. Yep.
and my regular 3. Dex. Dex is the one thing I don't have.
Do you want to take a evil token?
Not really.
Okay.
Uh, or. Or I could commune with nature.
You could.
I get more runes that way if I do that.
What do you want to do?
I'm trying to. Do I feel nature oriented or book oriented right now, folks?
Well, what's your story so far?
So far, I survived a fire, and I'm secret royalty. So my thinking is that like my royal parents died in a fire, and a priesthood took me in, and I became very studious. And then I'm very pure of heart, and honorable. So I went out and tricked a gang. So I don't know what I'm doing next.
So it seems like
Was that tricking that gang? Did I then head off out of the city after tricking that gang, or were they hiding a secret vault where I can learn forgotten lore?
I don't know.
That's the difficulty.
I feel like the knowledge seems to fit your character.
The knowledge does fit my character. I get fewer runes to succeed with it, but I
Remember,
feel like
if you fail, you could get rags to riches.
that's true. I could. Yeah, I'm gonna learn some forgotten lore. Let's do it.
I think you got it.
I think I did. 2, 3, 4, 5.
And you get a card. Light
And
or
a
black?
card. Light, please. Thank you. Oh, cool. All right. And I have unlocked a secret vault.
Okay.
Well, no, I learned forgotten lore. So, actually,
Yeah, that works too.
so I learned some forgotten lore, and that is my third.
Ooh.
Level 2
So let's
card.
reveal what's next on level 2.
It is distant lands.
Very pretty. You can either lead an expedition or discover the unknown.
Nice.
All right, level 3.
Crypt of Horrors. Arcane. Heroic Rescue. Or Tyrant's Army.
All of these look really interesting.
Yes. Okay.
John, you're up.
All right. I am going to soothe the savage beast.
Okay.
Do so. I am going to use my desperate rage on this beast.
Ooh, desperate rage.
For each, in my story so far, for each black icon I have for each diamond, +1.
Wow.
So I already have 3 cleared.
Wow.
Which means I only need 1 success.
That's a powerful card for you at this stage.
Oh my god, yes. Then I will take my 3 basic, and yeah, I think that's all I can do.
Okay, attempt to
the
soothe
thing,
this
take the
beast.
black.
Ooh, he's taking the black.
There you go. That's 1 success, 1 evil, and a card.
Well, the evil is 2 success as well, so.
Alright.
But yes, do you want a black or a white card? I think at this stage you want a black card because you can't use white
Yeah.
cards anymore.
I'll take the black card.
You're
please.
low enough in your morality. Here you go. You want to reveal another level 2?
So our new level 2 is Daring Heist. You could steal from the rich or give to the poor.
Oh my god.
I like both those options.
So do I. So here's a question. If
Yeah.
I were to gain another one from this level 2, where would I put it? What would I do with it? Does it go under my level 2 card? Can I do that?
No, you can only have 3 under a card.
Would it replace something then?
That'd be pretty cool. Just being able to edit your story.
Yeah.
When you have placed at least 3 trait or challenge cards under your current act, that act must end. You may no longer gain traits or
Okay.
face challenges from that act.
Gotcha.
At the start of your turn, you are the first player to have 3 cards from the act. Then you reveal the next row. So, sorry, we
Okay.
revealed that row early.
That's okay.
All players may gain or face story cards from any revealed act, but you must still place 3 cards under your current character card before proceeding to fill the next character card.
Okay, so if I had only had level 1, if I had had 2 level 1s and Act 2 was done, I could do level 2, but it would have to go under this card.
Right.
Cool. So I can really only go for level 3 cards now.
Yeah. And I can't go for level 3 cards because they're not actually revealed. Is it John's turn or is it
I
my
just
turn?
did it. I got the savage. I got.
No, you choose the Savage Beast.
Nope.
Right.
Sorry. Got. Yeah.
It
Sued
can
the
go down
savage.
below your card,
Oh yes. Thank you.
like I did with Learn Forgotten Lore.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too because I hid
Yeah.
from the fight. All right. Thank you, Amanda, for figuring that out. All right. So I'm going to... Sorry, I'm fixing my lineup.
It's all good.
So I need to do level 2 stuff now.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a good story.
I'm really looking forward to your story.
Okay, so it's not gonna be what you expect at all.
Ooh,
It's
is it
okay.
not?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it because I think you're, from what I've seen you taking, I feel like you have an interesting idea behind what you're doing, and I'm looking forward to how you put it together.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to try to give to the poor. It's tricky for me. I have 1 charisma, and I have 1 dexterity.
Yes.
So I get 2 runes, and then I have
Oh, sweet.
my 3 basic runes. I guess I'm gonna be evil. No. I'm not. Wait.
Andy, it's okay. You'll get points. Oh gosh.
Surprise attack. I get an extra dexterity rune.
Nice.
Good. Oh gosh. Feels like a lot of the bad effect cards involve a lot.
So what
of
is my difficulty here for giving to the poor? 6?
6.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to be evil.
It's your choice.
I've only got 6 runes. My chances of rolling a 6 are low.
You could try to discover the unknown or something like that instead.
You could fail and still become rich.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Trying to give to the poor. I rolled 5.
Man,
Wow.
you almost made it.
You really did. That's pretty good.
Oh well. All right, so I'm going to get rags to riches. I spend an experience.
I'm going to play Second Chance.
Oh,
Face a challenge an opponent just failed. If you succeed, skip your next turn.
Okay.
okay.
Or no, I can't because you're doing
It's
a
a
level
level
2.
2,
Never
yeah.
mind. Can't do that. Gotta wait to do that until you guys are doing level 3 stuff.
Does that mean this is gone?
Oh yes, that's failed, so it's gone.
So
reveal another card. So we
So our
revealed
new
a
level
murder
2
mystery.
is inspiring. You can only gain this if you have wisdom, charisma, or spend 2 experience.
Okay. It is your turn.
All right. You're back.
Welcome back, Lobster of Revenge.
Um,
We are into the 3rd chapter of our stories now.
I think I'm going to become arcane
Okay.
because I have both smarts and wisdom.
Oh, I
so
got
I
a
can-
card for getting rags to riches. Sorry.
I can gain this if I have intelligence, wisdom, and wisdom, or if I've played 3 white cards. I haven't played 3 white cards, but I've definitely got intelligence and wisdom, so
All right.
I'm
So
going
you
to be
are
arcane.
arcane.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
New
And
level
it
3.
fits the story I'm building.
Dark Colossus.
Nice.
Oh, it's an 8.
So you can climb the Colossus or bring down the giant.
Okay.
Cool.
It's my go. Okay. I would love to conceal my crimes. Nothing on 2 right now is really coming for me. So I'm actually going to spend 1 to clear the board.
Oh, for which
Level
line?
2.
Level 2?
So you spend an XP.
There you go.
So our new ones are Criminal,
Okay.
Enlightened,
Okay.
Survive a Desert Caravan. You can survive a harsh journey or earn a vast fortune. And Perilous Dungeon. Delve into darkness or escape with treasure.
I'm going to attempt to escape with treasure.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
It's a difficulty 4.
that is 3 decks, 3 base.
Do you have any of those? No, you don't.
No.
That's sad.
But
Okay.
I shall now attempt.
Yeah.
Difficulty 4.
Yeah. You did it.
Yay!
Yeah,
And you
you've
get a
got
card
5.
and an experience.
Okay.
Is that an experience? The black triangle.
I assume it is.
That's the back side of this one.
Yes. So
Isn't that an XP when you get the 3 dots?
draw an anti-hero card.
Oh, okay.
Alright, cool. What is my anti-hero?
And you get to pick another card because you got that rune as
Oh.
well.
Well, this requires allies. Do you mind if I discard it? Since we are not playing with
Oh,
allies?
since we don't have any
Yeah.
allies? Sure.
I will discard this one.
Okay.
Okay. So now I have escaped with a large amount of treasure.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I guess we can reveal the last level too, but it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
because we're all on level
It's
3
a
now.
tragic loss. If you lost a challenge this turn, you can spend a experience to gain that.
It didn't feel like there was a... Oh, we cleared the board. That's
Yeah, we cleared the board a few times.
All right. Andy.
All right. I'm gonna try and climb the Colossus.
Do it. It's
Difficulty
difficulty 7.
Yep.
I get my 3 strength. I get 3 base.
Oh, here you go. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
I have no wisdom.
Did I get my experience for that, by the way?
Here.
Thank you.
I had one that I had spent earlier, so.
I don't know. I don't want to become evil.
It doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. It's going pretty good.
Maybe climbing the Colossus isn't going to work for me.
Oh, I also get a black card for
Escape with treasure?
the treasure.
Oh, yeah, grab one.
Take one more.
What if instead I tried to lead the rebels against the tyrant's army?
It's a 7.
It's a 7, but I
Charisma.
get charisma, and I have 1 charisma, so I get that.
These
And you
actually feel quite-
get fight. You have.
I have my fight.
Oh, okay.
I have 3 fight.
And then you gain a charisma.
I gain
rune.
charisma, so I'm attempting to lead the rebels.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you guys...
And I'm going to use my dazzling wit to get
Oh.
an extra charisma.
Nice.
So I have 2 charisma, 3 fight, 3 base.
Yeah.
I think you got it.
Yeah, so this is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And a card.
draw a card. So I'll draw a card. And glorious victory again to get 3 XP.
So there are multiple
Wow.
copies of those cards.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, apparently.
Because I actually have one that Andy has used in the past. Okay, you get that card, Andy.
Yes, I lead the rebels against the tyrant's army.
Force of nature. Enslave the forest spirit or restore the balance.
Ooh. Wow. These are some moral choices we're getting now.
This is really annoying because none of these cards are what I have specialized in.
I mean, you could spend an XP to clear the line.
I think I might, because I want to be able to.
Well, you could get Call for Mercy with the Heroic Rescue. Because that's royalty, right? Or charisma?
It's charisma. I have 2 charisma, and I don't have any dex. So. See, I was hoping for there to be like a smarts one out by now, but there isn't.
Yeah, so go ahead and reset the line.
Yeah, I think I'm going to, because otherwise I'm looking at restoring the balance, which is all well and good, but it's a difficulty 8.
Yeah.
And I have 2 charisma, a wisdom, and that's it. So I think I am going to, like, I don't have enough of anything to really do that.
Oh, so this one isn't a specialty, it's just anything you have? Is that how
No. Those are what you're throwing.
Gotcha.
And I have a wisdom, and I have 2 charisma.
Gotcha.
And then I'd have my 3 base, but that only gives me 6 runes, which means I definitely can't get an 8.
Yeah, it
So,
would be hard.
and this one I have 1 wisdom. I don't have any dex, and I'd have to get a 6. Yeah, there's just not. I don't have enough of what's out there right now, so I'm going to spend an experience, clear the line. So we have King's Council. I could advise the king at a 7 difficulty. Or I could claim the crown, which is more difficult, but more victory points. Divine Calling, Champion of Light, or Servant of Darkness.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Champion of Light gets you this sort of light symbol and
Yep.
4 victory points. It's a difficulty 5
But it's
with
only
wisdom.
Wow.
Next we have Sword of Darkness. Wield the Dark Blade. It's a difficulty 5. Or Shatter the Sword. It's a difficulty 6. And it's only fight. Andy, I feel like you're set up to do that.
Yeah, might be my thing.
And Blessed.
You had 2
You
white
may,
cards.
yeah, you may only gain this if you have more white victory points in your story than black.
Okay.
So actually, guys, do either of you even have that?
I have it. I can do blessed.
Yeah.
Brian Blessed.
Fly, my hawkmen!
I kind of want that.
Who wants to live forever?
Because I definitely have more white because it's all I've been getting.
Are you going to become blessed?
Yeah, I'm gonna be blessed.
Brian
All right.
Blessed. Sweet.
I'm arcane and blessed, and I
This
get
is a fascinating
2
character.
white cards out of that.
All right. Next card is
Yes.
Dark Revelation. Child of the Dark Lord or tainted by dark magic?
Ooh, these both sound evil.
Okay, I'm gonna go with.
So I did get the expansion. So
Yeah,
some
That's
of these are based on the novels by
Pat Rothfuss.
Pat Rothfuss. And I think that might be a Pat Rothfuss card.
Yeah.
What, Dark Revelation?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna go for the Sword of Darkness. Wield the Dark Blade.
Do it.
Wield the dark blade. You're going full on evil.
3 basic.
Yep.
Oh,
2 black.
wow.
Do you have any fight? Do you
I
have
don't.
You
No,
have no fight.
No fight.
Wow. Okay.
just banking on getting those black runes in there.
Here we go.
I mean, the black runes are always at least 1.
Yeah.
And you go
2.
more evil.
So that's only 2?
Yeah.
What is my cards?
So, okay, I have a question to ask you guys.
Yes.
And this is just more of a point of order. You know that I have second chance in my
Oh,
hands.
that's 3. I'm sorry, John. That's 3. Because
Oh.
The moon is 2.
Really quick, bending the rules.
Yeah.
Flip over 1.
That
Nice.
brings it to 4. You needed
That's 4,
5.
it's 5.
Oh, nuts. Oh,
So-
then I'll flip this.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
No, it's still 4.
God. Okay.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
If John fails this, and I played second chance, would I only be able to wield the dark blade, or would I be able to face the other
What
part
does
of
it actually say?
Face a challenge an opponent just failed.
I think you get to choose.
you get to-
Because you choose the
Because
path
it's
in the challenge.
Sword of Darkness
Yeah.
is the challenge, and I get to pick which
Yeah.
path. Okay.
Okay. I will now attempt Relentless.
Okay.
Challenge again. But add
I like
another
it.
black.
Oh. Did you
I
lower
turned
your
it back.
morality already? Lower your morality 1. Because you did roll 1 moon.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did it, but
Okay.
you've bottomed your morality out.
Okay.
You are fully evil, my friend.
I get a black card, so.
Oh yes, here's a black card for you, which is good because you can only use black cards now.
So you can use as many of these cards as you want in a
Yeah.
turn.
Cool. Sweet.
John, reveal the next card.
Oh, decisive battle. Duel the army general or sacrifice your entire army.
Wow.
Wow.
If it's cool, I'd like to take that sacrifice your army card. If that's cool with everybody, I gotta leave that out. Because I got plans for my story.
Didn't you just...
Oh, I used the bent to rules card, so I was gonna put it out.
play
should I take that
during a
back?
challenge?
Yep, play during a challenge.
You are attempting, choose 1 rune and flip it over, but didn't you just get a...
Oh no, I put that back in my hand by accident because I had played it for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't use that.
And
Okay,
then I used Relentless to redo everything.
gotcha. But you don't...
Should I keep
I
it?
thought... No, that's fine. No, it's cool.
Okay. I drew
All right.
the 1 card for that.
My turn.
I get another black card, however, for wielding the.
Didn't I give you? I thought
I
I
drew
gave you a
one
black
for
card.
the double.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to.
Come on, lucky omens.
1. Charisma.
I wonder what you're going for, man.
Aid the king. 1, 2. Darn it. So these don't help me an awful lot. I don't want to sacrifice my army. I don't want to be tainted by evil or...
Do you want to be the champion of light?
I kind of do, but I don't have any of that symbol. No, I have 1.
Yeah,
I have
I only
one
have one of
wisdom.
those.
So that's not really something I can do. I think I'm going to spend an XP to reset the line. Sorry, John.
Oh no! I had a card I wanted in there too. Oh well.
New cards are Demon Horde. You may drive back a demon army or wield the sun's light. Into the Abyss, journey to the underworld, or rescue a lost love. Imprisoned, plot your revenge or escape to freedom. Oh my god. Rogue Elemental, extinguish the fire, harness living flames.
Wow. Okay.
Alright.
These all seem interesting.
I know what I'm doing.
Think I'm gonna fight the demon horde.
Do it.
So I get my 3 fight. I get my 1 that. I get my 3 this. I am going to attempt the. I'm gonna try and do the bottom one. Wield the shining light, is it?
Wield the sun's light.
Wield the sun's light. Sun's light, come to me. I need a 7. Oh wait. Before I
Yeah,
do
don't
this,
do you have cards that let you add runes or anything?
I'm going to use my word of honor to get +1. And I'm going to use a brilliant plan to get 1 more of these. So now I've got lots of runes, and I already have 1, so I need 6 more. Oof.
1, 2, 3.
Failed.
4, 5,
It's 1,
6.
2, 3, 4, and I get an experience.
Yeah.
So I get an experience. I fail the quest, which means I get another experience from my character's special ability.
And that means that.
And I get a card.
The Trial of the Magi. You can either slay the Archmage or become the Archmage.
Wow.
Ooh.
I just imagine the Archmage is the Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
All right, Amanda.
All right.
What do?
It's time to extinguish the fire, which is actually 100% perfect for my character,
Okay.
who earlier survived the flames.
Ah.
It's also an intelligence check,
Which is good.
and I'm up to 3 intelligence, so I get all 3 of my intelligence.
No, where's the intelligence?
Blue.
Yes.
Thank
Blue.
you. I
get the
also
3
get
core.
3 core and 1 of these things. Oops, that's my mic.
1 charisma.
That's not the other thing. That's not charisma. That's something else. That's like endurance or whatever.
Charisma's
Oh, that's right. That's
And I'm going to play these 2 cards.
Constitution.
Brilliant plan and inner strength
Okay.
to add an extra endurance, and I can't add an extra wand. I could add an extra wisdom, even though this isn't a wisdom check.
All right, so this is a thing that's up for debate.
Yeah.
It says extra, which implies that you've already got 1
Right.
in there. So I think you can't play that card.
Oh well.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, none of those use the same thing. So I now have that I have used. And I am trying to extinguish the flame, which is a 6.
I think you got it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 7, 7, 8, 9, 10.
There you go.
I have extinguished the fire.
Nice.
And that means the
I would
game-
gain a card.
Yeah, do you want a card?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I have a white card. Because it could be relevant. You might be able to use it
Yeah.
during our turns.
Nah. I
All right,
can't.
John, what's the next card revealed?
Cursed. Gain this only if you have more dark than light.
Well, John, I think you could become cursed.
I'd rather not.
Okay,
I'd rather kill an Archmage.
go for it. So this is last turn for me and John.
Okay.
I've already had my last turn.
So could I please get the blue runes?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Thank you.
How many do you need?
I need 2.
There you go. Sorry, I have all the runes.
Then,
Here are your base.
there you go.
Can you put those back in the red?
Red. Okay, base, and then I shall.
You've got some dark cards you could spend.
Spend that, draw a dark card.
Oh, is that an
ruined.
ability you
That is
have?
an ability I have
Ruined.
as a sole survivor. Huh. Actually, what is this? I need to be clarification.
Yeah.
Parting of ways. Discard and replace 1 revealed challenge or trait. What does that mean by replace?
Just take it out of the lineup and put a new one
Put
in.
a different one in its
Is that
place.
from the discard or from here?
No, from here. From there.
Oh, from the deck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could take something here, say I don't want that, get rid of it. and
Instead of
replace it.
clearing the whole lineup, you can just get rid of one and replace it.
And you get you get a point at the end of the game because you used a card.
I'll just use this, get rid of Cursed, and take a new card. And
Yep.
it says whatever I play as my next challenge will be a +1.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
We got Supernatural.
Yeah, you can become supernatural only if you have Constitution and charisma,
Well, I'm
or
If
if you
you've
have played
played-
3 dark cards.
Which Sean has.
I have. But I'm going to slay an Archmage. With +1 now because of parting words.
So what's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 5. Yeah. Let me see my cards. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Well, difficulty is 5, so now it's going to be 6. Because it's a +1 difficulty, right?
Called Secret. This turn, +1 to attempt a dark thing.
No, he's trying to slay the Archmage.
Yeah, but wasn't the thing that he had
Oh, yeah.
played
No, he gets
give
plus-
Oh, he gets +1 to it. Okay.
+1.
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then +1 for a Called Secret, so now it is a 3.
It's a 3. But you only get your base runes, or you have some
No,
intelligence?
I have intelligence.
Okay,
I
cool.
started out a smart boy. I'm
Okay.
gonna end a smart boy.
Trial of the Magi.
I did it.
Yeah, you did it, and you get another card.
I do get another
Here,
card.
I'll give you a black card.
Thank you.
All right, reveal the last card, and now it is my turn.
Army of the Dead. Pray for deliverance or survive the horde. Do you want to just clear the board and get a new stuff? Because this is all evil. Unless you want to
It's
save your
not
lover.
all evil.
I'm a necromancer.
Do you wish to save your lover? Or lost love? Sorry.
Yes, I do. It's a
Okay.
difficulty 6. But it's a charisma check. I have 2 charisma.
Now, really quick, are we playing for points?
I don't really think so. I mean, we
I mean,
can.
we can.
We can say what our point total is, but
If it's cool, since if we're not going for that, do you mind if at the end when we do our story we each take one more card so we all have the 9?
yeah. Well, I mean,
No,
no,
let's
that,
just let the game end properly. Yeah, I'm going to reset the lineup. I need something better, something that fits my story.
You've got Ancient Evil, Banish the Fiend or Bargain for Power.
Okay.
The Queen's Chambers. You may win the Queen's favor or unseat the Queen. The Witch's Den. Succumb to dark magic or defeat the witch. And finally, the Dragon's Horde. Steal the treasure or slay the dragon. And then there's one card left.
All right. Slaying the dragon sounds so like pat. I don't think I'm going to do that.
Pat?
Like it's
Cliche?
yeah.
Okay. You can go fight Baba Yaga.
Kind of want to do the Queen's Chambers and unseat the Queen,
Okay.
but it's a
Difficulty 7. Difficulty 8.
8,
Take it on.
and I need.
do you want some of my white cards? I have a
got
whole
some
bunch.
black cards that could help you if it happens. They may actually be helpful too.
So I've got 1, 2 charisma.
Thanks for the bits.
Pat the dragon.
Is
Very-
he fuzzy?
He's
He
scaly.
doesn't. I think he's probably scaly. It's not really clear in the illustration.
I've been sitting on the 2 of these, and I didn't want to use them because of the way they go, but if
Yeah.
it helps them actually complete it, that'd be pretty cool.
I think I'm going to try and unseat the Queen.
Okay.
Do it.
So
You got your reds and your purples.
yeah. Damn, this is bad. I don't have any constitution. I've got 2 charisma. It's a difficulty 8.
You
But
have
it
to
is-
succumb to darkness.
I have to. I'm going to spend 3 XP.
Oh my god, he's becoming a dark one. 2 purple.
All right.
Alright, Andy.
I need an 8. Come on, 8.
Well, that's 1
1,
darkness.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait. I sabotage you, Andy. Play this card after another player attempted a challenge. They attempt it again.
Okay.
It's sabotage,
you.
but also he's actually sabotaging. What's Andy doing? Which one is he doing?
He's sabotaging
I
the
do draw an anti-hero
dethroning
card.
the queen.
Yeah, he
I've drawn
sabotaged the
down-
queen.
Okay. I made it so the chair falls backwards.
So I guess I'll spend 3 XP again.
Okay. Did it work?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yay!
I became more evil.
Like pinnacle
But
evil.
I unseated the queen,
God.
which I think definitely tells a story for me.
Okay. So then, we have completed our stories.
Yes,
Yay.
we can reveal our destinies now.
Well, should we do our stories first, then say what our final destiny is?
Sure.
Well, I think as we each tell our story, finish it by revealing your destiny.
Okay.
So yeah.
16 Angry Bears says that they think it's sabotage. I think it's a mirage.
Yeah. All right. Who would like to go first?
John, you sound like you've been really writing a story. So, you want to tell us the tale of your character?
All right. This is the story of Jillian and the Savaged World.
Okay.
Jillian was an orphaned apprentice of a local blacksmith. She grew up on the streets in a very harsh climate during these cruel winters. As an orphan, she had to become cunning and had to steal to survive on her food. Should we do this on Zoom Cam and just pass the cards out?
They don't look great on Zoom.
Okay.
They're too shiny.
But due to her harsh upbringing, she learned to fight dirty with pocket sand and broken glass.
Okay.
Eventually, one day, during her absurgens, she found herself trapped in a small cave. And then, a meteor hit. Boom! And she became the planet's sole survivor. Due to this, she had to become smart and inventive in order to survive. Thankfully, she had her blacksmith skills to fall back upon. And also, thankfully, from the wreckage of this planet, mutations began to happen, and the wildlife became sentient and learned how to build their own society. She approached these individuals by trying to soothe the savage beasts, known as, I want to say, let's go with porcupine men,
Okay.
Sure.
because quills are soft one way, sharp the other. And during her trials with them, she eventually learned their ways and gained their trust, just so she could steal all of their treasure and move on with her life. Eventually, her journey brought her to a land where a porcupine archmage had developed a magical blade that could allow her to enslave all the porcupine individuals on the planet at once, and was using it to conquer the world. So, she decided to take it upon herself to slay the Archmage, Pokey Boy. And then she found the Dark Blade. But instead of using the blade to free everyone, she chose to become the new Archmage and enslave them, becoming the force of darkness on the earth.
Yeah.
4 points for having over 3 moons, and +1 for each dark
It's pretty good.
victory point.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
And that is the story of Julian and the Savage Planet.
Okay. Shall I go next?
Sure.
Go ahead.
This is the tale of Lady Caroline, a noble who, early in her life, enlisted in the King's Army. As she was in the King's Army, she was sent out to fight a flotilla of ships in the enemy armada.
Thank you, Lobster.
She sank the head ship of the enemy armada, but went down with the ship and had to climb to safety to escape from the wreckage.
Okay.
At which point she was rewarded with many riches, the rags to riches, and sent to fight on the front in the trenches. While she was fighting in the trenches, she tended to the injured, vowed vengeance against the queen who had sent her there, and also had to run away from some roving bandits who were on the front there with her.
Those bandits.
So at this point, after defeating, or after tending to the injured on the front and vowing vengeance upon the evil queen, she led the rebellion, went to storm the castle, and actually ultimately made it to the queen's chambers, where through cunning and tenacity, she was able to unseat the queen, becoming the mighty conqueror.
Hey!
Nice. That the unseating the queen and becoming the mighty conqueror is definitely a good combo there.
Yeah, I liked unseating the queen. It also made sense for her vow of vengeance, which she's had since the very beginning. She was of noble blood, but obviously not high in nobility.
Yeah. So, this is the story of Alyssa.
Alyssa.
Alyssa, her family was killed in a fire when she was but a babe. But she survived the flames.
Yes.
And she did not know until much later in her life that her family was royalty.
Okay.
The monastery that she was taken into knew and told her when she was older, but she had been studying as an acolyte. She was very studious. She wanted to learn everything that the people who took her in had to teach her, but eventually they had no more to teach her and sent her out into the world. Now, having been raised in a place full of good people, she was very pure of heart and very honorable. So as she went out into the world, she encountered something she had never encountered before, and that was a gang. But being studious, she was able to outwit the gang boss and delve into the vault of secrets that the gang had been controlling, and learn some forgotten lore, which awakened something in her. It made her able to do strange magics. As it turned out, those strange magics were both arcane and blessed. She had tapped into a channel that was fed by a god. And knowing that this power that she had made her strong enough with her inner strength. She set out to extinguish the flame that had taken her family, becoming eventually an intrepid explorer out in the world, learning all manner of new things and helping those along the way.
Okay.
I like it.
So, yeah. Pure of heart meant that I could not take any black diamonds.
Oh, really?
Because at the end of the game, I lose a victory point for every black diamond in my story.
Wow.
Yeah, so it severely limited what I had to work with, because I really couldn't take any victory points that were black, because it would have.
What were your two original endings that you chose not to
They
go?
both had to do with taking black victory points, and I was like, no, because they directly contradict each other.
If I could I would have maybe changed my origin if I could have, just because these two matched really well.
And that one didn't
This
so
one
much,
just seems
yeah.
so good.
I was an acolyte to start with, so I would have gotten to do, like, to spend experience to redo a challenge. I never actually needed that, but Intrepid Explorer gets me extra victory points for each endurance and intelligence icon that I have, and 1 victory point for each type of story icon in my story. So if you'll notice,
so you were diversifying.
I very specifically was going for a wide variety of story beats. Yes, like a librarian, like a roving librarian. So yeah, I have scrolls, I have this sort of god one, I have mountains, I've got crowns, and I have a justice.
Okay.
So yeah, I very specifically was looking. I never managed to get this mask, but I think that's the only one I'm missing.
I think that's one's normally
That's
on
villainy.
cards.
It tends, like, I could have grabbed criminal.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I could, like, there were a couple of those villainy ones that actually aren't necessarily, like, I could learn to fight dirty.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't have given me, like, negative points, but it would have given me the symbol. But I think every time there was one of those masks out, there was also something else out that I also didn't have. So I
Right.
was like, I might as well get this other thing.
Shall we count points?
Sure.
Sure.
So you get, obviously, the points that are listed in the corners of any cards you played,
Yep.
any cards you have, and then you get your bonus points. You get 1 point for each XP you have at the end of the game. And you have your morality points as well,
Yeah.
which I have 0 morality points. But he
Yeah.
has +4 from the card that
So
he
it's
played.
0
Yeah.
technically.
So it's a zero
net.
sum.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I've lost count.
All right.
I think I'm right.
I think so. This is only worth 1 point, right?
So technically there are points, Lobster Revenge. All of these little number values in the corners of our cards are victory points. So like I'm gaining victory points for having, because my final thing gave me victory points for different symbols on my card. So in theory, you're trying to craft a good story and do it in such a way that it fulfills objectives on your card and has high victory point values. So sometimes these cards will have really high victory point values, like this one here has 6 victory points here for taking over the guild, but it makes it a more difficult thing and there's only 1 skill you can use to do it. Whereas this one is worth 3 victory points. It's a 6 point, this one's worth 2. It's a 6 value, but you get, or it's a 6 difficulty, but you get more than 1 thing to fight with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Varies.
I think I had 32 points at the end.
Nice. I had 29.
32.
Wow.
Yeah.
A tie.
Good for you guys.
Big
I don't
thing
know.
being this one
Yeah.
each black thing. That
If
was
I had
really
played
strong.
more cards, I wasn't playing cards because I wasn't doing, I was taking a lot of, I took a whole bunch of these like qualities that gave me a whole lot of things to do, but didn't give me a whole lot in terms of, like, I didn't have to do checks.
Yeah.
So I wasn't playing a bunch of cards. So, and almost all the cards that I had were add a rune. So if you aren't doing rune checks, then you don't need to be playing the cards. So
Did all of our starting, all our motivations give us points though, starting out?
Yes.
yeah,
I felt like that was a big thing.
I
When the
had
starting
5
is
as my starting because it limits me so much
Yeah.
in what I'm allowed to take. from everything else.
You know what-
Though I could have done Pure of Heart and been taking really high value. Like if I had gone with Take Over the Guild, yeah, I'd lose a point, but I'd be gaining 6 points. So really, that's a net 5.
So you get points for having sets of these symbols.
Yeah.
I didn't end up with
I
any
didn't even.
sets.
How many is
I
the
didn't
set?
even think about that.
So if you have 2, you get 2 of any one symbol, you get 2 extra points. If you have 3 of any one symbol, you get 4. And if you have 4 of any one symbol, you get an extra 8 points.
How many
I
is
have-
3? How many do you get for 3 set for
3
a set
is
of 3?
4 extra points.
Okay, so 2.
I am at 34.
So that puts me at 31.
And by a set, I mean,
2, 3,
yeah.
35,
Oh, yay.
36, 37.
Nice.
Because I have 2 crowns, 3 scrolls, and 2 mountains.
I was having a lot of trouble building sets.
Even with diversifying, I ended up with a whole bunch
Yeah.
of sets.
That was pretty good.
So that actually bumps me up into the lead.
You win.
I believe you win.
Congrats.
I had the 2 masks, and I think that was it.
Yeah.
All I had was 1 scroll.
See, I was specifically going for symbols. That
Yeah.
was very much a thing because Intrepid Explorer was getting me bonus points for it. So
Well, that was awesome.
That was
I love
great.
the stories that we told, and that was beginner mode.
yeah.
So, like I said at the very beginning, in the full game, instead of being dealt out randomly your starting cards, you draw 2 and choose 1 for each level to start with. So you can sort of start building your character a little more specifically. We also have cards that are allies and adversaries.
Yes, that was something I was wondering about earlier.
Yeah, so I had taken all the allies and adversaries out of the decks before we started playing, just because that's the beginner game. Allies get added to quests. So when you draw an ally, you choose a quest to stick it under. And if you defeat that quest, you get the ally next to
That's really cool.
your character,
Oh.
and that ally helps you for the remainder of the game.
Nice.
Or you can kill that ally or send them off,
Like
send them
sacrifice
away.
them
Yeah,
or-
exactly.
yeah.
Sacrifice
Double
them.
sacrifice.
And then adversaries. When there's an adversary on the board, you can't do any other quests.
You have to
must
face
defeat
that
the
adversary.
adversary.
So how do you designate whose adversary is what?
It's just as long as there's an adversary in the lineup, nobody can do any other quests until the adversary is defeated.
Spooky Warlock, get away.
I think that's right.
very cool.
Adversaries are. Oh no, I'm sorry. Adversaries is a special type of challenge with only one path. Unlike other ordinary challenges, adversary cards have powers that affect the game. So there was an adversary I had been facing that you could not defeat anything else until it was gone.
Okay.
But in general, the adversaries do something.
It's going to
for
be like
example,
you don't get your bonus
while the
runes
sorceress is
or-
undefeated, once per turn, any player may play an experience to draw a white card. So they have lasting effects that stay on the board as long as an adversary is in play.
That's pretty cool.
And there's a solo mode or co-op mode where you choose one of the adversaries and that adversary gets a deck. And you play against the adversary. If it gets enough experience, it wins. If you defeat the adversary before it gets enough experience, you win.
Cool.
So, yeah. What are your impressions of the game, guys?
I think I've played a few narrative games. This one, I think, works as like just it's a whole.
Can I have the morality trackers?
Pretty much everything is really interesting.
Andy, these are my 3 starting cards.
Okay.
The only thing that's the only other game I've played like this though with this tile mechanic is Runebound, where it's throwing the tokens in the air and then that decides like movement and whatnot.
I like this.
It's interesting.
This is fun.
Very
Yeah.
different.
I want to play the full game with adversaries and allies.
I
at
like
some
that
point.
it's almost a deck building, but instead you're building up. Like your deck is here, and you're able to. It's like a cross between a deck builder and Dice Forge, almost.
It's think of it as like tableau building.
Yeah.
It's definitely you're building towards an objective.
Right.
Having the hidden objectives definitely is always fun.
Yeah. I think if you were playing co-op, you'd want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd reveal that.
I think a lot of the narrative games, that's like the big crux. This is my final scoring,
Yeah.
or my goal and all. But yeah, I like that the game has the options to not have to worry about points. That's always cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, think
I
it's
love
fun.
being able to put together a story. When that flame one came out, I was like, oh.
Oh, because you survived the flames.
I
back
survived
in
the
the first
flames.
chapter.
Yeah, right at the beginning. My character
It turned
has
out that
been on
that
a-
fire was not a random fire. It was
and my
actually
character
this fire
has
elemental.
been traveling around trying to learn as much as she can about the nature of the fire that killed her family, you know. Here she is cracking vaults and learning arcane secrets and how to do all this magic and calling upon a deity to help her out, and finally is able to find the fire and defeat it.
So is this bag used in solo mode?
No, it just came with it's the Kickstarter bag.
I think it's to hold your
put the runes in
if
or
you
something.
want.
All right.
That was a lot of fun. That's a great game.
That was
So
pretty
that's Call to Adventure, and I'm so glad that I got that game. That was fun. Thank you so much, guys,
No problem.
for
Yeah, that
joining
was
me
great.
for Call to Adventure. Next week, Amanda,
Yeah,
you wanted to play Before There Were Stars.
I do want to play Before There Were Stars. No, you have not missed the last session. So we were going to do the last session the first Sunday in June, but we can't because the first Sunday in June is Pride Festival in Quincy. It is Quincy's second Pride Festival. And I found out today I will be working at the Pride Festival. I will be at the library's table in the tent. So I talked to one of the staff members who's sort of running the organization of the table this year, which is good because last year we only found out that we were doing it like 2 weeks ahead of time, so we didn't have a whole lot of time to put stuff together. Thank you for the Pride bits.
Yay,
So I'm really
Pride.
excited to be doing that today, doing that again. I talked to a coworker today and said, hey, I want to talk to you about that. And she said, yes, I want you there. So I was very excited to do that because it was an amazing time last year. Thank you for those Pride bits. Thank you, Pi. So yeah, I will be at Quincy's Pride Festival on the first Sunday in June, which is going to
So
be
the second
awesome.
Sunday in June is when we are hopefully going to be
Yeah,
doing the
that's
last
our-
session of Ravnica
Fingers
Rising.
crossed that works out for everyone.
We have one more player who might be available. Hopefully she is. We're waiting to hear back from Sarah.
Okay,
If Sarah is able to make it, I believe that Sunday is definitely
cool.
the finale
Yeah,
of Ravnica Rising.
after
After
everything that happened last time.
yeah. Oh man, things are getting intense. I have plans.
All right.
Pi, have you watched the VOD at all?
Don't
Out
watch
of
the whole
curiosity,
VOD.
yeah, don't watch the whole VOD.
But yeah, Before There Were Stars is very much a storytelling game, right, Amanda?
Yeah, it is.
So we'll be doing that
So
as part of our narrative month.
The idea of Before There Were Stars is that you are creating a culture. You're creating a civilization, and okay, understood. And as it's a dice drafting sort of thing. Basically, you roll dice, and the dice that you roll dictate what constellations you can take.
Okay.
And then you use those constellations to tell another story as part of your civilization and sort of tell a tale for your civilization. And then the other players get to give you points into a bag by giving you stars. There are little star tokens that you get. which I think is pretty awesome.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
It looks interesting.
Sarah did play it at one point. She said it was a little weird, but I'm all for weird. And I'm all for games that depend on storytelling and culture building and the idea of the stories telling you about the culture that they're part of. That is so 100% my jam. So this is one of my Christmas presents from Andy.
Before There Were Stars. Next
So.
week on Battleground Games Live.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank you for watching.
So yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. Amanda, are you going to paint on stream tomorrow?
So I am most likely going out with my mother at some point in the
okay.
morning, but I will hopefully paint in the afternoon.
Well, maybe.
Depends
All right.
on when I get here. And
Thanks
how
for
I'm feeling.
joining us, folks. That was a really fun game.
I
We
have
made
missed
wonderful
painting,
stories.
so
Everybody have a wonderful evening.
sleep well.
Bye, everybody.